Well, here we are looking at the 9/11 memorial as dawn breaks on New York City 24 years later. And dawn breaks on an America different than it was 24 hours ago. Charlie Kirk, 31 years old, gunned down, assassinated for being an American. That's really what it is. He was assassinated for being an American, for speaking his mind, for having convictions about what he believed about this country, about people, about Christ. Gunned down and maligned. I just mentioned the firing of Matthew Dowd at MSNBC, who suggested that Kirk was assassinated and it was his own fault. But he's not the only one. Ivey's back now. Ivey, you've been reading some things online, and not about that. I don't want to spend too much time. We will have plenty of time to sort this out and to hold MSNBC and CNN and Van Jones and all the rest accountable for their hateful words. But you've seen something, a trend of sorts, that you were just telling me about. Share, please.
Yeah, I'm online, have to surf the net all the time to find new information as things break. But I'm seeing a lot of folks who are posting about being lifelong Democrats, voted for Obama, voted for Biden, even have worked in PACs, things like that, raising money. And they said today they're going to register as Republicans. And you wonder, as I mentioned earlier, this sea change, how that's going to affect us in the future. I do believe that a majority of Americans do not, 100% do not agree with political violence, mourn the death of Charlie Kirk, because no one should be killed in cold-blooded murder that way. No one should have to face that, and what their family is going to have to endure. No one should have to do that. And so I think that a majority of Americans really do hate this type of thing when it occurs. And you kind of think back, you talked about this yesterday, to the beginning of this political violence that I can recall in most recent years, which was there was a practice happening for the baseball game, congressional baseball game. Even our own congressman here at the time, I believe it was Mike Bishop.
Yeah.
I recall him coming on the show and recounting that he was laying on the ground and he was hearing the tink, 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 tink of the bullets
hitting the chain link fence.
Hitting the chain link fence.
Right above his head.
And the only reason that all of those congressional members, the Republican side, survived that day was because Steve Scalise had his security team there with him. I mean, my God, imagine if they weren't there. And so you think about that being one moment in time where this political violence really started. And then years later and all the other things that have occurred. My God, just the woman that was stabbed on the subway the other day.
How about 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump?
2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump. You just look at the violence that's happening in this country, and it makes
political violence.
Political violence.
The Catholic schools attacked by these transgender murderers. I mean, look, this is politically based violence. Yesterday was a political assassination. There is nothing else about it. It was a political assassination.
Yeah.
And the rhetoric. The day before this happened, Van Jones on CNN openly attacking Charlie Kirk specifically. Words have consequences.
Certainly.
But
I believe that Charlie Kirk's words will have consequences too, which is that he has created and he has millions of followers and will continue to have millions of followers who now feel that they need to carry the torch on for him. And that's what is going to occur in the future, in my opinion, that we now have millions of Charlie Kirks who are going to rise up and say, no, we're not going to tolerate this sort of rhetoric. We're going to continue to come to the table and talk to you and have debate, not through violence, but
But
through
I will not
words.
fear. I cannot live in fear. I believe, look,
No, we don't.
I believe in this country. I believe in God.
Right.
I believe in the greatness of America,
yeah.
and I will not shy away from that.
Listen, our daughter yesterday asked you if, it's time for you to retire, Dad,
And she was serious
because she's scared.
for me.
She's afraid. And we have to be afraid? No, we shouldn't be afraid.
We have to be bold
Just stand steadfast in our
in our
beliefs and our faith, and we will not be fearful, and we certainly aren't going to be doormats.
I will not be a doormat, and I believe in this country, and I believe in the greatness of America, and I believe in the promise of America, and I will not go quietly into that good night. I will not. I will stand with the voice and the conviction of Charlie Kirk, as I have for years.
And listen, the left is losing. They're losing.
And when the left loses,
politics,
what do?
And they're losing the culture war, and then they resort to violence.
To assassination and murder. Look,
And listen, we have a lot of questions that need to be answered on what the political. We don't even have. This guy isn't even apprehended. The shooter isn't even apprehended.
I don't have to wonder. I don't have to wonder.
Which is scary. This guy is still out there. This person.
The killer is still on the loose. I have to believe that they will find him. I have to believe there are enough cameras and high-tech equipment out there to catch this guy. If not, I don't know what to tell you, but I believe he will be caught. I got to leave it there for a second. Charlie Kirk's life will not be lost in vain. That's what I'm telling you. Speak up, be heard, be a proud American today on 9/11.